Yeah, hi traders, welcome to Simplicity and the week ahead report. During these volatile times, I'm going to continue to try to get a video short uh, out each day at about the same time, leading into London or just after the London Open, looking at any potential trades I might have, keeping it really simple and won't be covering all the pairs, but just the pairs that I see that could be a potential setup. So with that being said, let's get into the housekeeping. All information in this video is for educational purposes only. The information in this video should not be taken and used as financial advice. By watching this video, you agree to hold the producers of this video series liable for any of the information shared. You agree to accept all responsibility for any decisions you might make regarding your trading or your investment choices. Trading instruments such as currencies and indices has a high degree of risk, and the high degree of leverage that comes with trading in the forex market means you can lose large amounts or all of your capitals. You need to choose wisely if you're considering investing and trading, and if you have any questions, you need to go and talk to a registered financial advisor. Right, let's get into the charts. As I said before, I'm not going to waste time going through all the pairs. I'm very interested in the main pair in the Australian dollar, the Aussie USD. I'm also interested in the Euro USD, Pound USD, USD JPY, and USD CAD. Also the New Zealand USD. Now, the only reason I don't want to get caught in trading some of the other pairs like the Aussie Swiss, for example, is that Swiss is a safe haven in these times, and we could well see the Swissy strengthening quite a bit more. Pairs like Aussie, New Zealand can go either way, so I'm choosing to stay away from them. The yen is still at this present day seen to be a safe haven, so I would consider the Aussie JPY or CAD JPY, definitely not the CAD Swiss or Swiss JPY, two safe haven currencies, real crazy to trade, I believe, at this time. I'm not, I'm a little bit wary of the euro because I think the euro is going to weaken, particularly against the dollar. I could be wrong. That's only an opinion, and it's not right until the market tells us that it is. And just because the Euro USD weakens doesn't mean to say you got to get weakness in the other Euro crosses. So just be very wary of those sorts of things. So I want to take a look at the Aussie USD. You know that the base of my trading methodology is support and resistance, and we are here again at this key level of support. Now, today, like Friday and today, it looks like it's holding in this range. It actually broke below this on Thursday. I took a little bit of trade, and as my practice in these days, I try to get into break even as soon as I can, and got stopped out for a few pips, which is fine. The idea of keeping your losses very low and so that your winners are bigger is very sound advice and encouragement in these volatile times. So there's nothing here. I'm looking at a daily chart. Um, um, I'm not interested. Now, if I got a really good bear signal, something like this, you can see in here that this was a little area of support, and then it broke out. And I'd do things like put a bit of a pending order just in here, and then away I go. Now, so right now there's no trade. Aussie JPY, same thing. This is a key area. down in here, looking at 62. And until I get a close below here, I would not consider going south. The only exception to that would be if we came on up here and then we got a bearish signal which turned around and we came back down here. That's where I would be interested in trading it from, just up in here. So CAD JPY I've been watching, but it seems to be stuck in this range between 77 and 55. So I would have to have something like this. And if we went down to a 4-hour chart, you'd probably get an entry. But I'm basing my support and resistances of nothing lower than the daily time frame for me. I just think it's safer. So there was that breakthrough up into there. And I would just go and check this 4-hour chart to give you an idea of, there we go. So you can see even here, even though I got an entry here on my entry indicator, and I put, if I put a pending order up there, it's a bit dicey because we're nearing 77. I would not trade into support. And you can see that if you took this here and you went up, there's 116 pips here, so I would have got the first 50 pips and then got stopped down on the second position for a few more. And the other thing that I liked about this, when putting a pending order above the close here, and you could do it off an hourly chart too, is that the risk reward is very low, especially if you were using an hourly, it would be even better. But using key levels of daily or weekly time frames. Okay, there's nothing on the CAD Swiss. There's no way I'd consider it a trade. I would certainly consider to buy off down here again, but right now, no trade. CAD JPY is the same, no trade. Again, it's got to close above here. We've had the first push up. We've had a retest. Now I'm looking for a good bullish signal and a close above this key level at 77. So that's the second one on my watch list. Euro AUD, I'm very undecided about this. This was the trade here. This is what you call an inefficient move. And I haven't got time to explain that right now, but you can go down to a lower time frame and time a pending order under here, and it would have been worth trading. Right now, where it goes from here is anyone's guess. But again, I'll just take this, oopsie, we'll take this here and take it up because right in there looks like a key area. So it's just locked in a range, so nothing there. Nothing on the Euro CAD in the next 24 hours. I don't think, no, there isn't. Now, the other one that I'm watching over the next 24 hours is the Euro Pound. And again, here's a key level here at 92. That happens to be a weekly support resistance area. I've noticed on the 4-hourly, you can see those tired candles there. So I'm going to go back to the daily on this one. And I'm just looking for a really good signal here to go south again. Probably take it off the 4-hour using the resistance off the 2-hour chart. But I need to have this kind of signal in here below this level for me to take it south. So it's another one on my watch list. Euro USD. I just seen flashing across the news, and I won't mention who flashed it. I got an alert from a would-be Forex education. Euro double bottom. Now we're going to see a launch. Well, that's a load of crap as far as I'm concerned, and excuse the language. This is key support area here at 108. That just needs to come up into there a little bit, just around there. Just because you got a double bottom here doesn't mean squat as far as I'm concerned. It's got to break this area, then that double bottom may come into play. And if we go and have a look at the day chart, you can see that we've got two indecision candles here. So a close above 108 and a good bull signal would have me interested in trading it from here potentially. And all I need to do to help me do that is just, and help me do it well, is just put this in here and looking for the break of that. So by the time this gets up into the here and breaks that, then we're looking at 1.9. So I will not be looking at it unless I get it close above here, because I ain't trading it into resistance when it's as close as that, because for this trend line to be broken, it would need it would be probably fairly high and not a lot of pips into that. If it was more than 50 pips into there when it crosses this line, yes, I would target that and scalp it. And then if I get it close above there, I would be looking to add. But I'm not sure how far this can go under present circumstances. I'm actually looking for more weakness. Now, there's nothing, as far as I can see, in the next 24 hours on pound AUD, Swissy. We can have just a quick look through this. See, there's nothing here for me. I'm not interested in trying to take it up or trying to take it down. Pound Swiss, I'm not totally convinced yet that it is the bottom. And this here at 1600 is a key level for me. So nothing. Same with the pound caddy. It would have to close above here. Pound JPY. A lot of key levels that need to be broken. There's 129 just in here. Close above here would have me a little bit interested, but I would need something really bullish and a very small risk reward ratio. I'd be looking at going down to a 4 or hourly, because I wouldn't want to risk a lot, because I think the pound still has the potential to come a lot lower before it finally turns around. Not interested in the pound New Zealand either. Pound USD I am interested in. And the reason is this, that we now are at a critical level of support again. Just started to go sideways in the last 3 trading days. That's at 114. I'm looking at 114. Right in there. I am not interested in taking this out unless I get a close below here. But if I get a close below here and a good bearish signal like this up here again, I will definitely be interested in a trade. Conversely, I would wait to see if this could turn around and get a good bullish signal, and I would have a we'd go up here depending on what the US dollar index is doing. So I am watching that. Okay, so we've got the Aussie USD, the CAD JPY we're watching in the next 24 hours. We've got the Euro USD, and we've just had the pound USD, and the next one that's real interest to me is the New Zealand USD. Now, I have been taken in on this, as I mentioned in the chat room, and that I was putting pending orders in. I think I did. And I have been taken in this trade. I've been taken in, and I'm currently upside down. I was taken in when it broke 56, and it only came down a little bit, and then it's gone back on me. I have deliberately gone in with a lower lot size on the account that I'm using, and I have my stop loss up above this daily. One of the key things that I've noticed in these market conditions is that there is a huge amount of big spikes in volatility. Now, I personally, my own personal opinion, and you don't want you to necessarily believe me, you've got to suss this out for yourself, is that both the New Zealand and the Aussie dollars are going lower. So I'm quite happy if this comes back up here. I really strongly believe, as you can see, that it would really struggle to get back up here. And to that end, I am holding it, and I will keep you posted. USD CAD, as I wanted to have a look at that because that's on my watch list. Just waiting to see it. A lot of this hinges on the US dollar and what that does. And it's anybody's guess. The market will tell us. So that's the key level that I am interested in if I get a close. But the criteria for me to take this trade will be to see the US dollar index weakening, and not just a little trickle, but really a strong weakening. And the US, there's no way I'm trading the USD Swissy off the tops, especially in these market conditions, and the same criteria applies to the caddy. Really interested in buying it from off here, and that's where I bought it, and that's where you should have bought it. That was the trade. To try and take it off at these levels, I think is committing financial suicide. US JPY. We've had a move up over the weekend, and it is bordering again on some key levels, and you can see that 111 was actually hit over the weekend. Even hit today and come back. So if this level holds, I'm looking for a possible setup to come south again. Now, why am I doing that if the US dollar index is so strong? And let's just go and have a look at that before we go any further. We've seen strength in this dollar index. It's made a new high. Remember, we talked about this here. If it took this high out, then it could make another move high. I've been talking about this for quite a while. And I want to go have a look at the monthly. So here we are. Let's just check that out. No, we're not at historical lows, but look where we are now. And for the US dollar to get any stronger, this is the next area of resistance right in there. I want to change to my monthly color. So let's go back and go to the weekly. So right now, this is the situation, and it's pulled back off this high. Okay, now today we have seen a bit of a move back down. All right, now this could just be a retest. We'll have to wait and see. But in order for me to take any pullbacks or take the USD JPY higher than 111, I would have to see it bounce in an engulfing candle here on the dollar index, and then I would expect to see some more strength. Until that happens, because the yen is a safe haven at the moment still, I would be happy to take a bounce off here, providing the US dollar keeps trickling down. Right, about south I'm talking about. Right, the next one I want to quickly have a look at is gold. And you know, gold you would expect to be a safe haven in these volatile times, and it hasn't. And one of the reasons that it has not been a safe haven instrument is because a lot of people are cashing up to stay afloat. So they look to their assets like gold and silver to keep them financially viable. And that's why we're seeing a sell-off. Now, at some point, I fully expect gold and silver to come in to its own. And it's a matter of picking a bottom. I don't think we're at a bottom yet. I really don't. And it would be really dangerous to pick one. But again, in these trying times, you've got to you've got to trust your technique. You've got to trust what you do. And like I've said to you before, if all you ever learned to do was to trade support and resistance right, you'll do fine as a Forex trader. Most people don't know how to trade it because they're trying to get support, resistance, and trend lines are real subjective. They're not necessarily that reliable. They can be, especially if you take them off a daily or a weekly chart when they're broken. But these horizontal support resistance, in my humble opinion, are much more reliable. 1500 is the key level here for gold. Provided that we hold under that, I am looking for a break. And I'm looking for a break south at this level. And if I do get a break of this level and a close below on either a 4-hour or an hourly, I will have a go at taking this south. Right now, I'm staying out of it. A break above 1500, if I get the right kind of scenario on either a 4-hour or hourly chart, and I don't have to risk a huge amount, I will be taking it north and dipping my toe in the water again. Gold. I want to pick the bottom here. There's no question. I want to pick it. And right now we're looking at, I've marked 1300 as where I would dip my toe in the water. But I will be taking a very low risk reward. I won't be risking lots of money. I'm not going to ruin my accounts, even though I've emptied them out, as I said in the chat room. And I've taken my main account from many thousands of dollars. I've withdrawn it all now. And I'm just starting again with $500. That's trading small lot sizes. And my other accounts, some of them I've gone right down to 200. I am quite happy to trade small lot sizes and just wait for when the bottom comes, and it could be 3 months away, 4 months away. And I've done that to protect myself. So 1300 is the key. If this comes lower, I'm going to be licking my lips. It has been way down here before. So there's got to be some wonderful opportunities if you remain patient. I think that all you can do, if you've got a system and a strategy that is working and it's worked well for you in the past, stay with it. Be sensible and protect your capital. Keep your lot sizes smaller just for what it might be worth, and be safe out there and just wait. There are trades, and I'm finding that the break of key support and resistance areas are quite good. I'm not having any big trades of 100, 200, 300 pips over the last week or two. Am getting lots of 20, 30, 40, 50 pips. All of it mounts up, compounding. So just be patient, be sensible, and we'll talk to you in the chat room. Cheers.